If you wake up every morning feeling like I just want my chronic pain, my chronic symptoms to go away, if that's you, I want to tell you something that made my journey a lot easier while I was recovering. And I'm going to start with what made it harder because that's what we're going to do the opposite of. I spent almost every waking moment monitoring what was happening in my body and going, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this forever. I can't live this moment for the rest of my life. I can't. That caused a lot of unnecessary suffering for me, unfortunately. I was really good at taking the moment I was in and just copy pasting it on the rest of my life until eternity. And it caused me to feel scared, terrified all the time. And if you know anything about chronic pain and symptoms, and you know about, neuroplasticity and the way these things get created, you know that pain and fear are intricately connected. All these symptoms, they are connected through a cycle that is really driven by fear. And so we have to look at the ways in which we are placing ourselves in a state of chronic fear all the time. Now, a lot of this is automatic, of course. It makes sense to feel scared about symptoms that should not be happening. But when we understand that those symptoms are happening because our nervous system is interpreting some type of threat somewhere, we can have a different outlook on it. And I'm not asking you to tell yourself these beautiful butterfly stories, but I am asking if you would be able to stop telling yourself the horror stories because they feel true. And to be honest, especially with everything I've learned about the brain, your brain doesn't know the difference. It feels that ongoing eternal suffering because that is the narrative we're feeding it constantly. And when we do that, we actually miss the moments where the symptoms are lower or where they've changed or where we didn't notice them for a day. So, just for today, notice when your brain jumps into this is so bad. I hate feeling this way. And if it never stops, I can't do all of that is the place where we can notice that and say, oh, yeah, it makes sense that my brain is even firing those thoughts. It's all driven by the nervous system. And if we can have some compassion for ourselves and compassion for what happens on autopilot, we can notice those things happening and say, oh, I'm not going to be engaging with that. I can allow that narrative to be there, but the less attention I pay to it, the less important it is, and the higher chance there is that it just kind of turns down over time.